This is not education. This is not food. This is not transportation. And this is not art. But one of those things sold for $46 million, pretending to be what it's not. You can guess which one. I posted this on a discussion thread, and the majority of the artists I know agreed, no, this is not really art. Some tried to explain it without really defending it, that it's evocative, it's subjective, it's in the eye of the beholder. Some said it's worth whatever someone's willing to pay for it. So let me talk about those things for just a minute before I get to why this is so offensive to me personally. First of all, the fact that something sells for a certain amount of money is not the equivalent of worth. Price and worth are not the same thing. The price of the chemicals that make up a human body is just a few dollars, but how much is a human being worth? So I don't care how much someone paid for it. The fool and their money are soon parted. And this person, not artist, this person who made that scribble, did they profit? Yes. Are they an artist? No, they're not. Certainly not as evidenced by that particular work. The other thing that I find so offensive about this is that even though art is subjective, and it is, there must be some kind of objective boundary somewhere. And we'll come back to that in a minute. But the thing I find offensive is that I've worked for a lifetime to get my art to where it is, as have most real artists. And for someone to come along and post something that looks like your kid crayoned the wall or colored on the wall with ketchup is ridiculous. It's not art. You can call it whatever you want to, but changing the definition of a word over time does not change the real meaning of what something is. You can call the hat that I posted food all you want to, but you cannot eat it. And, well, I suppose you could, but you're not going to get sustenance from it. You can call the pitcher, the tea urn, with rocks in it, transportation or an airplane or whatever you want to, but if you're running late for work, you're not going to jump on that thing and get there. You can call a toothbrush anything you want to, but it is a toothbrush. So, playing with words is a shyster shell game. Let's just keep moving the goalposts for what we allow to be called art. Another point I want to make is someone had said that, the Impressionists were not considered to be fine art when they came along. Some things are self-evident. The fact that the Impressionist movement gained traction and validity and was able to accomplish a goal that required skill to evoke a visual and emotional response is far different from dipping a mop in red paint and smearing it across a surface. Okay? One of these things took decades of practice and skill and the honing of ability and of visual interpretation. The other one did not. I suppose a good definition might be, can a toddler make that thing? Yes. Can a toddler paint study of figure outdoors facing left? No. Can an idiot with no training whatsoever produce what's passing for art in modern art? Yeah. Can that same idiot replicate any true art? Probably not. There has to be a line. You cannot sell crap in a can and call it art. You cannot say that someone had said that if an artist produces it, it's art. That's not true. If a doctor throws a football, he's not practicing medicine. If a dentist paints his house, that's not dentistry. If an athlete takes a bath, that is not athleticism. Okay? So, only in art do you see this perversion of the true meaning of a word to the degree that you see it in art. Now, I know we live in a society today that wants to redefine terms every 5 minutes. They want to change what this means, change what that means to a more subjective point of view or a revisionist point of view. But there is never going to be a time when a lemon becomes, I started to say a car, but some cars are lemons, but not all lemons are cars. You're not going to ride that lemon to work, I promise you. If you can, please show me a video of you driving a lemon across your town and going to work. And I don't mean show me a picture of you in a Yugo or a Gremlin. Not to offend any Gremlin collectors out there. So I don't often rant, but this is offensive to real artists. This is offensive to those who struggle, who just pour through the sweat and the tears that it takes to get the experience and the skill set, the vision and the ability to produce real art when you call something like that art. Look, I don't care if it sells for $46 million. I don't. I think it's stupid, but don't call it art, because it's not.